I couldn't make this up if I tried. So we have our favorite racist, and that is going to be Charlie Kirk. You know, Charlie Kirk, who's most famously known for being afraid that there's a black pilot. That person of trying to say, I hope he's qualified, okay? I hope he's qualified, because he could be DEI.
I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
What? Nothing but, classic fear-mongering that they did, in the White House at one point with Birth of a Nation that they've continued on till 2025. The lineage of evil, that's why we call it the lineage of evil, because it's a lineage, and Charlie Kirk is definitely a part of it, and holding the lineage strong. That being said, this anti-black racist goes on with another anti-black racist, Tucker Carlson podcast. Now, Tucker has been a little easy on black people right now. His focus is targeting the Jews, right? The Jews, that's what's going on. Mossad, that's what's happening. But there was a clip that caught my attention because I couldn't believe what they were saying. And the reason why I couldn't believe what they were saying, because it was so hypocritical. The hypocrisy in this clip was just too much, man. It was overwhelming to my nervous system. I had to take a breather, take a walk, right? That's what I had to do, because what Charlie Kirk is saying is exactly what black people have been saying for years now, for decades. And whenever we say it, we're ignored. But when Charlie Kirk says it, he has a point. And that is, he's talking about white youth. He's talking about, hey, if white youth just realize their power, that they split the atom, that, they help us fight a war, a world war.
But the power of young white men in this country, if they were motivated and purposeful, yeah, young white men helped us win a world war and get to the moon and split the atom.
And I just find it interesting, first off, because I'm like, it's fascinating how when it comes to war, especially right now, that it's never dubbed white on white crime. You ever notice that? How they colorize certain crime and then other crime, well, it's just crime, Lucas, it's just crime. Then when a white person kills another white person, it's never dubbed as white on white crime. Well, this population has a problem. But when a black person kills a black person, oh yeah, it's black on black crime. That's what it is. And being in this country, you become hypersensitive to such things due to the racist background and, the country being systematically racist towards black Americans. This is real. And I think this is something that many people try to refuse, because if they accept that this is real, well, then you have two options. Either you accept it and do nothing, or you are forced to do something. And if you are a reasonable, God-fearing individual, which they constantly love to say, God this, God that, you should be inclined to try and undo the wrongs that have been done, that are still being done.
To this day!
When it comes to war, right? The war, I'm like, well, wasn't it the young white people who caused the war, World War I, World War II? Are we just going to leave this out of the equation when we talk about white youth? This is followed up with Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson is just delicioso, okay? Because he talks about, well, you know what that we have to do to make sure to dumb down these people is to give them weed, is to give them fentanyl, is to give them porn, right? Is to give them DraftKings, gambling.
You better give them weed and fentanyl and benzodiazepines and DraftKings and porn just to kind of disable them so they don't rise up and eat you.
He goes on, and they're saying that, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Listen to me. This is literal victimhood, okay? They want to talk about black people being victims. And it's like, no, we're just explaining why we're in the predicament that we are in because of your wicked behavior. Your wicked nature, I don't know if it's nature or nurture, but based off the lineage of evil, it seems to be a combination of both. Based off your wicked nature, we are in this position because you have come here, as the scripture says, to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's what you're doing. And that's what you're really good at doing, okay? You're like the evil Wolverine. I don't know what to tell you, okay? That's what you are. But to say that there is a conspiracy against white men in the country.
That's what I would do. Just saying, if I were in charge of society, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm afraid of these guys.
You're so right. And I try to, I listen to your show all the time, Tucker. And
sorry.
When you say stuff like that, I try to challenge it. I'm like, is it really a centralized conspiracy? I'm like,
no, it's a conspiracy of instinct.
But then I'm like, I got nothing.
I don't know what to tell you, but how Like, how much of a victim can you really be, bruh? Huh? How much of a victim can you really be? That's the problem that we have right now. We need to make white men great again. That's honestly what we need to do, because they're listening to people like Charlie Kirk and they're listening to people like Tucker Carlson. And both of these people are very weak individuals, okay? And what they're feeding the youth is propaganda. Because to say that there's a conspiracy against white people in America, or white men in America, is insane. If you know just a modicum of American history. Like, you're telling me white men are against white men in the white dominant country? Is that what you're telling me? Is that the conspiracy? But we all know what the conspiracy is, that they love to scapegoat. They love to scapegoat Jews. That is their favorite tool to as far as to hide their inferiority. And it goes back to what Vivek says, and then why they casted him out, which is, white mediocrity is going to be the undoing to this country. Damn. And this conversation right here, this is exactly the problem. Because not only is it hypocritical, but it doesn't help them. It doesn't help white youth to feed them a conspiracy, a false conspiracy at that, but to feed them conspiracy that they're being attacked. What it does, it alleviates them of any type of responsibility, any type of accountability, and we're seeing that presently. Do you understand that when black people, right, when we said, hey, there is systemic racism going on in this country, we've seen this through redlining, we've seen this through Jim Crow, we've seen this through hiring practices, we've seen this through hair texture, we've seen this through names, right? People who are named differently getting access to certain jobs. We've seen this through criminal records, as far as the policing, over policing certain areas. We've seen this through a litany of things. And when you show them the evidence, what do they say? They go the PBD route. Because when Roland Martin showed PBD, like, hey, this is what's happening. We just had a case when it came to redlining, the government actually said this.
Okay, the Biden administration, the Federal Housing and Finance Agency, released 47 million appraisal reports to the public for the first time. The appraisals, which were compiled between 2013 and 2021, present evidence of a persistent, widespread practice in the home appraisal industry to give higher values to homes when the occupants are white and devalue them if the owners are people of color.
That's such bullshit.
They don't care. What they'll say is, well, overcome it. That's what they expect. And to be honest with you, I used to get upset with that, to be honest with you. I used to get upset. I'm like, what do you mean overcome it? How about you stop it? But that goes to show what they think of us. Follow me here. Black Americans, listen to me. It goes to show what they think of us. They know that we can overcome it. They know it. They don't think that about them. You'll never hear Tucker Carlson or Charlie Kirk say, hey, we've got to overcome this anti-white racism. Hey, we've got to overcome this porn. Hey, we've got to overcome, the abortion. What do? They know that they are significantly lacking in multiple departments. So what do? They try to ban it. Do they not? They're trying to ban, we got to ban pornography. We got to ban abortions. We got to ban this. That's what they immediately go to, because they know they don't have the physical power. They don't have the mental fortitude. Okay. They don't have the willpower. They don't have the power to overcome those obstacles. But when they look at us, they know that we do. They know that we can. So they'll put a boulder in front of the road because they know we're smart enough to go around it or go over it or destroy the boulder. They know that. They know that they are incapable of doing the same thing. That's why they talk the way that they talk. We was Vikings and everything. We created civilizations. We did wars and stuff. That's their mindset. It's a Neanderthal caveman mindset. They're very challenged. And I mean that respectfully, but they're very challenged in that type of manner. And we have to realize this. The moment we realize this, the sky's the limit. They have realized this before we realize this. They understand that when they talk about, black people have what's the thing that they have what did they say? They say, low impulse control. They have low impulse control, right? Every single thing that I've said, every single accusation is a confession. You're telling me that white youth are being destroyed by porn? You're telling me that you simply can't click on a website? Like, what are you talking about? Don't go to the website. Don't engage in it. You're telling me that your willpower, your impulse control is so just out of the loop, bruh. It's just so running rampant that you have no self-control over your bodily desires? Damn. You have no self-control that, hey, if you actually want a woman, you can go and talk to one? They have no self-control. That's what they are telling us. That's why they have to ban it. They have to ban it for everyone in order to protect themselves.
He's out of line, but he's right.
When it comes to their birth rates, they have to ban it. When it comes to their women, they have to ban it. If it was up to them, they would ban women from getting jobs. They would ban, white women from getting with any other type of men except white men because they can't compete. I'm not saying this. This is not me saying this. This is them saying this. This is 100% them saying this. They come from a mindset where competition was not the norm for them in this country. That's not what it is. And if you look throughout history, what did they do when they got competition? They banned it. They banned it. Time and time and time again, they try to give themselves an unequal playing advantage. That's what they try to do. They try to, the chess piece, they try to rearrange the board or flip the table over. That's always their MO. And what you have to understand is you can't expect nothing but hypocrisy from these individuals. You can't expect that. So we have got to do for self. If we want something changed, they know we have the mental fortitude, the physical fortitude to change it. This is something that we have yet to discover. And it's wild because it makes sense, because the last thing you want is the line to know it's in a circus. That's the last thing you want the line to get to understand, to be aware, hey, I'm in a circus and I should be out in the jungle, bruh. Hey, they throwing meat at me when I should be out hunting. And they have done everything in their power to condition us, have they not? They have done everything in their power to make us docile and complacent. Because once the line understands, hey, there's nothing they can really do to me. I can just walk out of this circus, bruh. Once that line understands that, everyone in the circus has a problem. Everyone. So I found this clip so just emblematic of the history and the conditioning that has taken place. Because when we talked about crack in our communities and how it completely ravaged communities, how it ravaged families, what did they say? Well, you didn't have to take the crack. When fentanyl goes into their communities, what do they say? Well, we've got to ban fentanyl. We've got to put more people at the border to stop this fentanyl surge. So it goes to show they expect more of us. Not because they don't think we can do it. It's because they do. They know we can do it. That's the thing. They know they can't do it. Okay? Now, is that fair? I don't, 100% not. But is it the case? Yes, it is the case. They know that despite all the evils and the wickedness that they've done, that we will rise and overcome. That if the same wickedness was done to them, they would be destroyed. Where do you think the whole white replacement comes from? Where do you think the whole Timmy replacement comes from? It comes from a state of fear. The fact that they cannot handle the same obstacles and challenges and discriminations that was targeted towards us. They're not built like that. That's where that fear stems from. It stems from a backlash that, hey, if these people ever were to treat us the same way that we treated them, we would be extinct. We would be demolished. Now, the irony in all of this is that they're destroying themselves. That's the irony in all of this. The lineage of evil is destroying themselves due to their obsession with our destruction.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I don't know. God works in mysterious ways, but that's what it is. So I just wanted to put out this video because I thought it was just hilarious hearing them say this. Hearing two white men, very privileged white men, mind you. They are the elite of white men. That goes to show you where we're at right now. I'm not, like I said, make white men great again, because neither of them are Chads. Neither of them could hold their own in any type of fight, any type of battle, nothing, okay? They can't even hold themselves in a looks competition, all right? If we're gonna be honest, that's why we have tall, dark, and handsome. But that's besides the point, okay? You have to understand, this is the false narrative. This is the false world that they've created for themselves to cope with their degeneracy. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe, you hate white people, Lucas, you're a racist, I don't know what happened to you, and this is disgusting, and blah, blah, blah. Or if you believe, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. Just because we can handle the obstacles and challenges and overcome them doesn't mean that we should still face them, right? Just because we can drive around the boulder that they place on the road doesn't mean that the boulder should be there in the first place. And that's a concept that they haven't grasped yet. I find that interesting. Find very interesting. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Thursday through Saturday, Disagreement Day. You call in and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
You better give him weed and fentanyl and benzodiazepines and DraftKings and porn just to kind of disable them so they don't rise up and eat you.